Welcome back to Sciads TV, everyone, for another deep dive.
Uh,
Today, we're going to be talking about this movie. Man discovers a portal in his basement that leads to an alien planet. And we're working off of this really cool recap video from the Movie Recaps YouTube channel, which I always think does a really good job of summarizing plots.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're going to kind of dig into that.
Yeah, I think it's such an interesting concept for a movie.
Yeah.
And I think you hit it right on the head. It's like sci-fi, but it's also really personal.
Yeah, exactly. So the movie centers around Irene and Franklin.
Yeah.
And they've been married for like 50 years. They live in
Yeah.
Illinois, just like a
Yeah.
normal, seemingly normal couple.
Huh.
And what's not normal is that they have a portal in their shed
Yeah.
that leads to another planet.
I mean, that's incredible. That detail alone is incredible. And it leads to a whole other planet. And not only that, but they've traveled through it 865 times.
865 times.
That was just such a crazy detail for me.
Yeah. You think at some point they would be like, okay, we're good. We've seen enough.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. We're done here.
Yeah.
But they're not. They're driven by something. And especially Irene. She is fixated on this portal. Like there's even a point in the movie where she's at like an assisted living home
Yeah.
and she tells her friend who has memory problems about the portal.
That detail about the memory problems really hit me. I don't know why, but it just felt like it said so much about Irene and about her character. Like she just needed to tell somebody, and it didn't even matter if they were going to remember or not. It just, she was just burdened by it almost. Like,
Yeah.
do you think she's looking for answers in the portal? Or is it more about like escaping the reality of like her health
Yeah.
and the grief that she carries?
Yeah. And that grief is a big part of this movie because we learn that their son committed suicide.
Yeah.
And then shortly after is when she finds the portal. So it's almost like she's trying to get away from that grief
Yeah.
by going through this portal
That makes a lot of sense.
and finding something else.
Yeah, it's very human, I think. When we're faced with something that's so hard to deal with, it's natural to look for escape.
Mhm.
And then you have Jude, who kind of gets thrown into the mix.
Yeah. This mysterious guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he doesn't really offer a lot of information either. Like, he comes in injured.
Right. And he has no memory.
Yeah, no memory. And he takes out a glowing tracker from his leg.
Yeah.
Like, where did this guy come from?
And Franklin immediately is suspicious of him
Yes.
and tries to pay him to go away.
Right. Well, he sees him as a threat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would too.
Yeah.
This random guy shows up in your life and he's from another dimension.
Right?
Yeah, that's going to shake things up a little bit.
Absolutely.
Like he's hiding something.
Yeah, like he's running from
What
something
else?
or to
Right.
something, who knows. And speaking of hiding things and secrets, there's Byron, their neighbor, who is just obsessed
Oh, yeah.
with finding out what's going on in their shed.
He just can't help himself.
You just can't leave it alone.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. It's intriguing. You see your neighbors sneaking into their shed every day. You're going to want to know what's up.
Yeah, exactly. And this leads into another storyline that the movie has going on at the same time,
Yeah.
which is Estella and Tony,
Oh, yeah. That mother-daughter duo.
mother and daughter.
They were interesting.
Yeah. They're guarding a similar portal,
Yeah, in Argentina.
but they're doing it for this organization.
Yeah.
And their whole purpose is to control these portals
Yeah.
and capture Jude.
Yeah. He's like a runaway.
Right. They see him as like a rogue agent.
Yeah. Which makes you wonder what he was doing before and like what's going to happen now.
Right. And it kind of brings up this whole idea of like, what do you do when you're faced with something like this? Like Irene's trying to figure it out on her own,
Yeah.
her own reasons. But Estella's like, well, I have a duty to this organization.
Yeah, she's just following orders.
Right. And it
Yeah.
makes you wonder, like, what are the consequences of that?
Yeah, like they had that whole backstory with Estella's dad who
Right.
killed that girl.
She'll run away.
Yeah, during a mission. And it really makes you think, like, are they really the good guys here?
Yeah. Is this organization like a force for good? Or are they actually hurting people?
Right. Are they protecting humanity or are they controlling it?
Yeah. And Franklin's caught in the middle of all of this.
Yeah. He doesn't know what to do.
He's trying to take care of his wife. He's trying to keep their secret. And then he's got this guy, Jude, who he doesn't trust. And these other people are showing up.
Yeah, what a mess.
Yeah. And finally, he just decides to go through the portal. with
Byron.
Byron, too.
Yeah. Oh, man.
And this is where the big twist happens. Because the whole time you think this portal leads to like this desolate wasteland.
Right.
Nothing there.
It's barren.
Yeah. But then it's not.
He finds a planet.
He finds a planet,
Yeah.
like a whole habitable planet
It's mind-blowing.
with a city in the distance.
I did not see that coming.
Yeah.
I thought for sure it was going to be like some empty world
Right.
or like some kind of scary monster world.
Yeah. But it's like
Hope. It's
a whole other world.
It changes everything. It makes you rethink the whole movie.
Yeah. Like, what was the point of everything
Right.
if it wasn't just leading to nothing?
Exactly. And it leaves you with so many questions like, what's
Yeah.
going to happen next? What's on that planet? What are they going to do?
Yeah. It's really smart how they did that.
I think so too. And it makes you think about what you would do.
Yeah. Like, if you were in their shoes, would you go through the portal, right? Would you be looking for escape? Would you be looking for answers? I mean, that's a big decision.
Yeah, that's a huge decision
Yeah.
to leave everything behind. And I think that's what the movie does so well. Like you said, it's not just about the portal. It's about those bigger questions. Like,
Yeah.
what are we running from and what are we searching for?
Exactly. Like Irene, she's clearly running from her grief.
Yeah.
And Franklin, he's trying to protect her. He's worried about her, but he's also kind of afraid himself.
Yeah. He's afraid of what might happen to her if she go through the portal alone. But he's also afraid of the unknown himself.
And then he takes that leap of faith. With Byron, no less.
Yeah. I mean, can you imagine going through a portal to another planet with your nosy neighbor?
I don't know if I can handle that.
Mm.
But it's interesting because even though he finds this habitable planet, we don't know if it's going to be a happy ending.
Right. It's not like everything is magically solved.
Yeah. Like there could be new problems, new dangers on that planet. We just don't know.
And that's what I love about it. It's not a simple answer. It's not a fairy tale. It's like life. You take a chance, you face the unknown, and you hope for the best.
Yeah. And that last scene with Irene finding Franklin on that planet and his spacesuit's malfunctioning, but then he realizes he could breathe.
Oh, yeah.
Such a powerful moment.
Yeah, it's like a miracle,
But is it?
right? Is it a good sign or is it just the beginning of a whole new set of challenges?
We don't know.
Hmm.
And that's what makes it so good. It makes you think. It makes you wonder.
And I think that's the mark of a really great sci-fi movie when it takes you on this incredible journey, but it also leaves you with something to think about long after the credits roll.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This movie is definitely one that will stay with me and hopefully with our listeners too. It's not just entertainment. It's thought-provoking. It's emotional. And it really makes you appreciate the power of storytelling.
Yeah. It reminds us that even in the face of the unknown, there's always hope, there's always possibility, and there's always the chance for something new.
So thank you everyone for joining us for another deep dive here at Sods TV. We hope you enjoyed this discussion about man discovers a portal in his basement that leads to an alien planet.
And as always, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep that sense of wonder alive.
We'll see you next time.